Fundamentals of Hindu Faith, Part 25. The psychological effects of Muslim conquest may also have predisposed the people to accept the powerful teachings of the poets. Much has been said about the synthesis of Hinduism and Islam in the period of Muslim dominance. Numerous Muslim social customs were adopted, and Persian and Arabic words entered the vocabularies of Indian languages. The teachings of such men as Basawa and Kabir may have been influenced by Muslim observance and social customs. A still greater synthesis took place among the Muslims, most of whom were Indian by blood. In Tamil, Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati, Punjabi, and Marathi, there is much poetry written by Muslims and commenting with Islamic invocation of Allah, which nevertheless betrays strong Hindu influence. Some works such as Umaru Pulvar's Tamil Sira Puranam, late 18th century, 19th century, which provides a detailed life of the Prophet, displays strong literary influence of Kamban's Kamban Iram Vataram, 9th and 11th century, a rendering of the Ramayana in Tamil. While these works were strikingly similar in literary strategy and the arrangement of the chapters, there was no theological syncretism in Sira Puranam. However, there are texts in the northern India that proclaim Krishna as being in line of the prophets of Islam. And as the teacher of unity of God. Much mystical poetry, though written by authors with Muslim names, uses Hindu imagery and Hindu terminology. This literature originated in the accommodated character of early Indian Sufism, which well before Kabir proclaimed that Muslims, Christians, Jews, Zoroastrians, and Hindus are all striving towards the same goal, and that the outward observances that kept them apart were false. Some Indian Sufis were greatly influenced by the Hindu customs. For example, the school of Kashmiri Sufis, whose members called themselves Rishis, after the legendary Hindu sages and the same names, respect and repeat the verses of Lal Ded, a 14th century poet, and a holy woman from Kashmir, are strict vegetarians. Tolerant Muslim rulers encouraged syncretic tendencies which reached their zenith in the reign of Akbar 1556-1605. Taking a great interest in the religion of Hindu subjects, Akbar tried to establish a single, all-embracing religion for his empire. Although his efforts failed, they influenced India for more than 50 years after his death. Orthodox Muslims theologians complained about the growth of heresy. However, and the Emperor Aurangzeb reigned 1658-1707, did all in his power to discourage it. Popular Muslim preachers throughout the 18th and 19th centuries worked to restore orthodoxy. Thus, syncretic tendencies were somewhat reduced before the imposition of British power in the mid-18th century. Furthermore, the British rule emphasized the distinction between Hindu and Muslims and did not encourage efforts to harmonize the two religions. The modern period from 19th century, from their small coastal settlements in southern India, the Portuguese promoted Roman Catholic missionary activity and made converts, most of whom were low caste, and the majority of the caste Hindus were unaffected. Small Protestant missions operated from Danish factories of Tranquebar in Tamil Nadu and Serampur in Bengal, but they were even less influential. The British East India Company, conscious of the disadvantages of unnecessarily and not recognizing its Indian subjects, excluded all Christian missionary activities from its territories.